Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Dino Squad Gamer back with another one, and today we're going to be talking about Elimination Mode. And really what we're going to be talking about is what is the differences between Elimination and Tower Mode, and specifically, and most importantly, how do you need to play differently when you play one versus the other? And there are differences, key differences that I actually found out the hard way today in this game that we're going to watch right now. So let's just drop into a game right now in Bone Pit. And the first thing I had to decide right off the bat was, what dino do I drop in with first? Now, why does it matter? Well, in Elimination Mode, you do not get to respawn over and over and over again. That's the big difference between Tower Mode and Elimination Mode. In Tower Mode, you can just respawn, die, and you're reborn over and over and over again as long as you have enough battle energy. Well, you don't worry about battle energy in this game, but you are limited to only a handful of dinos in your hangar. And so basically for the lights and the mediums, you get 2 lives each, and for the heavies, you only get 1. And so I had to decide what I was going to do, and I dropped in with this medium, a Scarab, and you can see right off the bat it was a bad decision, bad move. I'm dead. I'm dead, and I'm not even a minute into the game. And so that was, that was a learning experience for me, because I immediately kind of went back to the drawing board and thought to myself, well, what went wrong there? And so then I realized and I remembered in this mode, unlike in Tower Mode, where most players start off with sort of a light beacon capper or maybe a sniper, in this mode, you can start right off with your heavy dinos. And so what happened there was somebody came in with their heavy dinos right away and basically just stomped the living crap out of me there. They all ganged up on me and killed me. And so I'm going to try something different now. I'm going to come back in with a Monarch, which is another heavy dino, rather than going back to the medium or the lights. And I'm going to try to do as much sort of attrition on the enemy reds as possible. In other words, kill as many of them as possible while playing extremely cautiously. Now, why do you want to be extremely cautious? Well, of course, because you only get 1 life each for each of your big dinos. You don't want to basically waste them. And you can see right there, I'm already down to half health. So I got to start playing more cautiously. Now, one way to do that is actually to hug these towers. Now, for new players, you may not know this, but when you capture a tower, oh, dang, I just got killed there. Well, we'll go back at it again. But anyway, to finish my point, when you hug these towers, you actually can restore the health to your dinos. And so, and I'm not saying hide behind them the entire game and be a camper and all that kind of stuff. But it is smart to use them to your advantage, because if you are taking damage while also getting your health restored, then you can live longer than your enemies and basically get that advantage. So anyway, let's drop back in. Now, another calculated decision. I decided to go back in with my Mantis, which is another heavy dino, rather than go back in with a medium or a light. And why did I do that? Because I see all of these heavy dinos on the battlefield right now, and I figure I got to kind of combat fire with fire here. If I just ran out there with a tiny dino, I probably would get my butt kicked. And I really think I should save them to the end game, so that if it comes down to a game of capping towers, then at least I'm going to have a fast dino in my hangar to be able to do that. So let's come around here. Let's see if I can find a target to sort of attack with my flak cannons. Now, the flak cannons, for those, you see the little plus signs that are going up there. That's what I'm talking about in terms of healing. And oh, there's another Monarch there. So I'm going to aim for his head. You can see that I'm causing some catastrophic damage there when the numbers are red. That's what you want. And the other thing you want to do, just basic science of this game. If you have 2 weapons, you want to aim your dino so that you're actually hitting him or her with both weapons. Right? Because if you're at the wrong angle, you'll only hit them with 1 and you'll only do half damage. So that's no good. So anyway, let's come back up here. I'm going to try to heal up a little bit more. I'm going to capture this tower, take a look at the battlefield. It's another thing you got to do in this mode. You really got to be more cautious, and you really got to pay attention to that battle map up in the right-hand corner there, and look at where all the enemies are. I'm not even caring so much about the towers as much as I am the little triangles, the little red triangles you see, because if I just run across the battlefield like an idiot and just try to mash my buttons and shoot everybody that I see, which happens a lot in Tower Mode when you have endless spawn. If I try to do that in Elimination Mode, I'm quickly going to be dead, and then I'll be stuck, right? I'll be screwed, because then I'll only have my mediums and my lights. So let's see if I can get up here and I'm going to hit this guy with my flak cannons. One of the nice things about them is that they do this broad spread of damage, and so you don't have to worry about being as accurate as you might with some other weapons. Taking a step back, I'm going to talk a little bit about that for a second. Some of these weapons, they do require really high accuracy. Like the Edison, for instance, or the plank, you need to really hone in with that sort of electrical weapon that you have. Whereas the flag cannon, I mean, it just disperses damage, right? And it can hit more than one target at the same time. So that's cool too. Anyway, let's come back in. How are we doing here? We're at the 4-minute mark. Okay, great. And look at that. I managed to survive by being a little bit more cautious. I'm able to survive in my mantis. I'm still doing damage. And look at that. We're turning the towers. I'm looking at the map in the right-hand corner there, and we're turning the towers. So we got that an advantage as well. We're winning the points battle. We're 41 to 35,000, which is great. And I'm going to use my ability and stomp on this guy, turning my body so that I'm actually hitting him with both weapons, and I got the kill. Awesome. All right, now who else wants a little taste of here of a flak cannon action? Let's see here. I'll come around the corner. I'm kind of just scanning the battlefield, looking. I'm looking at the map. I'm just kind of healing up and looking at the map, and it looks like we really got them on the run here. Look at this. If you look at the little at the bar across the top, you see the blue lives and the red lives. We're already 6-3, so we've eliminated them. Basically, there's only 3 players left. This guy's charging me here. He's a low-level guy, I can tell, because he only has 1 weapon. He doesn't even have the medium weapons. So I took him down with my flak cannons. And look at that. Now we're down to 3 minutes. I'm still alive. Still healing up. You can see the green cross hairs there of the health going back in my dino. And I got to tell you right now, another thing to take a step back, if you invest in modules and abilities, it is well worth your gold, especially the ones, I think it's called Tactician. I think it's the one. It's the one, whatever the one it is, where you actually hang close to the towers and it gives you health and it gives you damage boosts when you're near your towers and you're defending them. That's a really, really great addition to add to your dinos. I have it on several of mine, even though I don't have it on the mantis here. It's probably one of the ones I'm going to get next, though. And look at that. Oh my gosh, we're putting a smash on these guys. We're now up 5 beacons to none. There's only 2 of them left. Where are they over there? Okay, I'm gonna charge over these guys and try to do some damage, but I want to do a little step back, kind of wrap up. We're probably going to win this game pretty soon. There's only 2 minutes left. I just want to give you some final thoughts on differences between elimination and tower mode. Number 1, be strategic in terms of which dino you drop. It might even be worth it to wait a couple seconds and see what the other team is dropping. If the other team drops a bunch of heavy dinos first, you got 2 choices. You can either go head-to-head with heavy dinos, especially if you think you have the upper hand in terms of the strength of your dinos, or you can go snipers. But you better get those guys off the battlefield fast, because if you let them sort of close distance on you and you don't take advantage of that sniper mode, you're going to be toast. After that, again, you drop in, keep an eye on what the reds are. Just don't willy-nilly drop in with whatever you got. Basically, again, you got that choice. If there's a bunch of mediums, you might be able to drop in with some mediums. I would save your light to the very last in case it comes down to literally who can cap the most towers. But in elimination mode, the lights really do not play a deciding factor. And so you really, in elimination mode, the lights do not really play a major factor. The biggest issues are going to be your snipers and your heavy dinos. So play them smart, play cautiously if you go in with your heavy dinos. Do not just run around and try to go crazy, because you only got 2 lives to spend, and then you basically you got to rely on your skill and your wits and your medium and light dinos to win. So play those cautiously. I'd love to hear from you, your tips, your thoughts on what is the best way to play this mode, and maybe what your favorite dinos are for your hanger for this one. Would you use a different hanger for this mode versus another mode? Because that's something that Pixonic probably will bring in at a later date, is probably the choice of getting a second hanger that is maybe tailored specifically to this mode and not another mode. But anyway, until next time, hit that share, that like, that subscribe. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the battlefield.